present. All right, hopefully you guys can hear me. Let me know if you can. And we are gonna get right into it. Make sure you have a set of dumbbells. If you have one, if you have two, if you have something heavy or not, and if you have a low chair, a bench, anything, if you want to make one of our exercises harder, I have a little stool here for my back foot to go on. If you have something like that that's sturdy that you want to use, grab it now. Otherwise, don't worry, it's just going to be regular lunges. And we are going to get started. We have a 3x3 today, so just about, actually more like 4x4. So 8 exercises. We're going to repeat through them each time before we move to the next one. So 3 times through, then the next exercise, 3 times through the next exercise. So this is really more geared towards strength building today. So hopefully you guys can hear me. And we're going to start with our warm-up. Bring our arms. We're going to start with our upper body today. So let's start standing, hands together. You're going to bring them palms back, up over the head, and back down flat. Bring it in front, palms together, and repeat. Just to start getting those scapulas and shoulders and rotator cuffs all nice and warm. Bring them up. And bring those arms up, interlock the hands together. Reach up and over. Very small movement. And bring those hands behind. Open and close. Bring those knees up. Warm up those legs a little bit. Up and out. Rotate those knees. Lift up. Rotate out and down. And go ahead and take it down into a squat position. Down and up. Press through. Our first exercise today is actually going to be a bicep curl to an overhead press. So if you have weights, think about what weight you want to use. And come back to standing. Press those hips through, side, back, side, and front. Hip flexors are feeling it today. Take it around. Go ahead and open. Bring your arms up into a nice jacked pose. Now bring them closed in together. And open. Really open it up. In together. Open. All right. Stretch them out. So we are going off reps today, so we are going to go for about 10 reps of each exercise, depending on how heavy your weights are. If you have lighter weights, I want you to go for 12. If you have heavier weights, I want you to go between 8 and 10. I have 10 pounders here. I only have 10 pounds and 2 pounds, and then 130 pounds. So it's kind of, you have to make them work. So we're going to start with our bicep curls. So palms facing out. I want you to pull your core in and squeeze your glutes, press through those feet, curl it up, press up overhead. Down, down. Elbows stay squeezed into the side, up, and down. 3. 5. 6, they turn, palms turn out as they come up. 7. 8. 9. drop it down. Take a second. Take about 20 seconds to rest in between these sets. Stretch those arms out. We're going to repeat. Here we go. Nice soft knees. Pull that core in, shoulders down. Curl. Two. Try not to swing those arms. Really control it. Eight. Maybe. Always lose count. 9. And 10. You feel like you can do a few more? Keep going. We're going to repeat one more time. So take this time to stretch out those arms if you need it. All right. My arms are already feeling like jelly. Here we go. All right. Core is in, shoulders are down, curl it 1. 4. 6. 7. Oh man, I'm feeling it today. 8. 9. Last one. And 10. Woo! All right. This time we get about 45 seconds to a minute. Our next exercise is going to be a row, a bent row. What weight you're using is going to depend on what you do for this exercise. If you have heavier weights, like over 10 pounds or whatever, you're just going to do either, if you have a really heavy weight, you're going to do a single arm row. If you have 1 kettlebell, something like that, single arm row to really work it. If you have lighter weights, I want you to do double arm, row, extend into a kickback. Here, drop. So if you have 10 pounders like me, where I can't really kick back with these, I'm just gonna go double arm row from here, or you can alternate and do ground pound, which is similar to an alternating row. Here, here. So there's a couple different options here. Work with what you have. If you only have light weights, or if you have 1 heavy weight, whatever works. All right. Grab your weights. Feet hip width apart. Before you even lean over, I want you to roll those shoulders up, back, and down. Pull your core in and squeeze your cheeks together. From there, sit your tailbone back, and then bend the knees. Think nice flat back. From here, row. 1, 2, 3. If you're alternating, 4, 5, 6, 7, and let's go 12. And drop it down and breathe. So your sets, your reps are gonna really depend on what weights you're using. So if you're using your kickback, you probably keep going for a few more. Don't feel like you need to stay with me. This is your workout, not just mine. So make it work for you. Here we go. If you notice you feel your low back working when you're doing your bent rows, put 1 foot in front of the other. and then lean all of that weight into that front foot. It's a little bit easier on the low back. From here, we're gonna go 12 more. Row 1. 4. I want you to think of bringing that weight to almost your hip. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Bring it down. You can take a stretch here. We are going to repeat one more time. All right. Grab those weights. If you're doing a split stance, bring that other leg in front. Here we go. Tuck those hips under, shoulders down, row 1. 2, take it slow, 3, 4, 5, 8, 11, and 12. Drop those weights down. We are cruising through. We're going to go down to the floor next and we do a push-up. Take a sip of water if you need it, and then meet me down on the floor. And then after this, we have some front raises, Y's and I's. So either no weights or very light weights is for the next round. All right. Push-ups are gonna suck. All right, the hardest push-up that you can do. So if it's on your toes, that is on your toes. Otherwise, drop it down to the knees. And we're gonna go for 10. Feel free to go at your own pace with these. If you can do more than 10, do more than 10. All right, here we go. Down and up. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Rock it back. Ooh. Let's go. We're starting to feel it. We're gonna repeat. Here we go. 10 more. 8 to 10 more. Bring those hips down. Hands under the shoulders. And 10 more. Six. 8, 9, and 10. This last set is going to be a challenge. I want you to do as many as you can in this last set. If you can only get 2 or 3 good ones, you go for it. And if you stop, I want you to hold it in that plank position. Take a nice big breath in. Take a second if you want to rock it back to a child's pose and stretch out those shoulders real quick. Give them a nice little stretch. All right, last set. Get a few good ones in. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Breathe through it. Eight, 9, and 10. Woo. I don't know how I did that. Shake out those arms. Take your arm, bring it across the chest when you're done. Across to the other side. All right, shake it out. If you have your light weights, go ahead and grab them. Anything under 5 pounds. You can try 5 if you want, if you have them. Otherwise, water bottles work really great for this as well. We're going to go into Y's and I's. Essentially, they're like front raises, but we're going to be hinging a little bit more at the hips. And this time, our arms are going to come straight up to here, back down, and then they're just going to come out a little bit on that Y. So think of like the YMCA. And we're just going to alternate between those two for 12. So here we go. Shoulders back and down, sit the hips back. From here, arms come straight up towards the ears, back down a little bit wider for your Y. And in 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Stand it up. Take a second to stretch your neck. Take a nice big circle. This time we are going to do lateral raises. Changing it up just a little bit. So back to standing. Arms are going to come straight out to the side. Just like that. Soft bend in the arms. Back down. And up. 3, 4, 5. Give them a nice little hold at the top. 6, 7, 8, 9. Whew, like 2 pounds. 10, 11, and 12. Bring it down. Shake it out. Grab a sip of water real quick if you need it. We're going to do front raises next. All right. Front raises. Feet together. Strong base of support. Shoulders stay down. They lift. Right about to there. Back down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2 more. And 12. Back down. Roll out those shoulders. Drop that weight down. All right. We're going to move into our lower body. So take what you need to stretch out those arms if you need a second to stretch them out. We're going to do goblet squats into lunges, into deadlifts, into glute bridges. So that's our 4. We may not have time for the glute bridges, but that's okay. So goblet squat is you're holding whatever weight you have Options. Under the chin, elbows squeeze together, they come between the knees, or you can hold it down here and you can tap that on the ground. Whatever is easier, whatever you prefer. Sometimes people prefer one over the other. That is your choice there. So I'm gonna break out my big boy weight. All right. So same thing, we're gonna go for 10. I want you to focus on form, taking it nice and slow. Those knees should be tracking straight, even a little bit of pressing out at the bottom. Hips come back, knees shouldn't be going over the toes. All right, here we go. I'm gonna get my little weight up here. Okay. So bring those elbows together. Put the hips back. Elbows between the knees. Press it up through the heels. 1. 3. 4. 5. 6. And rest. You can do this whole round without weights as well. Okay. This round you want to do a sumo goblet squat. Choice is yours. I like sumos majority of the time just because they're nicer on the knees. And that's that wide position, knees pointing out, toes pointing out. Here we go. 10 more. Pick up that weight. And down for 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. Take it slow. 7. 8. Last one. And 10. All right. One more set. If you're using a lighter weight or no weights and you want to make these harder, add a pulse or just add a hold at the bottom. Pulse up, down, and then up. So many ways to make these harder. All right, last set of 10. And then we're gonna move into our lunges. Here we go. Up 1. 2. 8. 9. And 10. All right, take a minute to breathe. And if you have a chair, a bench, if you want to make these harder, my weight, that big one, is 30, I believe. Yeah, it's a 30-pounder. So for this next one, your options are just regular lunges. Right leg in front, down and up, holding those weights. If you really want to not walk tomorrow, add a step behind you and do rear foot elevated split squats or the Bulgarian split squat. These ones are hard and the setup is usually a pain in the butt, but you can flip the foot over or you can keep the toe flexed, whatever is more comfortable for you. The goal with these is to just send that back knee straight down to the ground and back up, putting all of that weight onto that one leg. So I'm not going to use weight for these. I'm going to do the split squat version. Actually, I'll use one weight. Why not? Who needs to walk? I don't. So if you don't have a step behind you, you're just going to do your regular lunges. Right foot in front. Setup for this position is hard. But once you get it, you get it. So let's go for 10 on the right side. Down and up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're watching that front knee. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Switch legs. All right, here we go. And drop it down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, and 10. Woo. Take a second. 15, 20 seconds to breathe. We're going to repeat one more time for these ones. All right, right side in front. I got regular lunges this time. Here we go. Drop that back knee down and up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Press to the front heel. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Switch legs, left foot in front, right into it. Big breath in, drop it down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. All right. Let's bring it down onto the floor. I know we are pretty much out of time. If you feel comfortable with deadlifts, I want you to do a round of deadlifts after this class if you have time. With your deadlifts, it's just hinging at the hips, a little bit of bend in the knees, back up, glute squeeze at the top. If you ever have questions on how to do a good deadlift, you can email and we can review it together. They're hard, they're a little stressful. Always start with the shoulders down and back, and that weight essentially slides right down the leg and comes back up. We'll skip those for today. We're going to go into our glute bridge. Grab your weight, place it over your lap. You're going to hold that weight there so that it does not roll onto your face. And normal type glute bridge. We're going to squeeze our glutes together. We're going to lift, pressing through our heels. We're going to hold it up here. Breathing, and we're going to take our knees. We're going to open them apart and close, open, close, open, close for 5, 4, 3, 2, keep squeezing. 1, bring it up to come down. Open those knees apart into a butterfly. Feet together, scooch the feet a little further away. If this is a little bit too much, you can take the weight off here. Otherwise, feel free to keep it on. We're going to do the same thing. Squeeze those cheeks together. Press through your feet. Lift those hips up. We're going to hold. And I want you to really feel your glutes working in these. You should feel this in your outer cheeks, a little bit in those hamstrings. Bring it down. and come up for 5. Lift 1. Up 2. Squeeze as hard as you can at the top. 3. 4. 5 and hold at the top for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. Take that weight off. Bring those knees into the chest. Take a second to stretch it out. Roll side to side. Bring those legs up into the air. And grab the insides of those feet for a nice little happy baby. And go ahead and bring yourself up to a seated position. Make sure you hydrate today. Come ahead and just take a nice little toe touch stretch real quick. And sit on up, roll those shoulders back, and give yourself a pat on the back. Good fun today, everyone. Whew. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday.